Good evening, class. Today, I'll be talking about my business idea called the Football Lab. So the Football Lab is a business idea that I've come up with in terms of private coaching. We're a private coaching company that offers soccer training to young individuals hoping to hone their skills. And our main focus is the three main areas around me. So High Point, Winston-Salem, and Greensboro. So the triad area. So what we're going to be offering is numerous ways of coaching for these young individuals that are interested in obviously improving themselves as young players and their skills. So within our services, we offer group sessions, so up to 5 players being able to come into a group. And then our main service is the one-to-one training programs, where it's you and the coach, where you get to work on a certain aspect of your game that you find maybe is your weakness. And then, however, we have an 8-week program where for 8 weeks we're honing that skill, we're honing that certain aspect of your game, so that you can go back to your team training, or if you're in season, you can progress throughout the season with this sort of training, therefore giving you that little bit of an edge over your competition as the season goes underway. So the main target for our market within the private coaching is that obviously a lot of players have team training. They'll train a lot of the time during the week. However, as a player myself, one thing I've realized is that team training, you can't work on things that you find as a weakness. So say if I struggle with shooting, am I going to be able to do shooting and training? Not all the time, because it's a team environment where coaches have to obviously give access to all the players what they need as a team. But with one-to-one training, is that you can come to us as a business at the Football Lab, and we're able to give you as many reps as you can, as many opportunities for you to get this shooting thing maybe going, and help you practice that sort of shooting that you don't get at the team training. So what we found is that with the gap in the market where people aren't able to then get these sort of reps, they always struggle to find a way to counteract that sort of thing. So obviously with our coaching background, we're going to have 5 coaches, all experienced coaches, that we're going to obviously be able to understand the load and the amount of work a player has during the week, with understanding their schedule. So when they come to us, then we don't obviously overwork them, but we can work on these little reps as much as we can, so that during the season they're able to carry it out without obviously being hindered with overworking themselves. Moving on to the budget. So we're looking at obviously the starting budget being $7,500. So obviously that's quite a bit of money. However, long-term wise, we're able to create a long-term sustained business where with equipment and stuff like that being in demand, we're able to create a lot more opportunities for players to be able to have a lot more equipment to use. And that obviously separates us from other private coaching companies, where a lot of the times it's just a player, it's a coach, a bag of balls, and maybe 2 poles. You see, with us, we want to be able to create an atmosphere where players come in and they can see that we've got all the equipment that we need, and we're able to use this equipment to make them better. And with good equipment, longevity wise, we're able to last and outcompete the rest of the competition in the area. So when we're looking at this, we're thinking about maybe obviously projecting about around $14,600 in revenue. So that just shows a clear and a viable success rate in terms of our sales and the way we're going to progress as a company. And where with the growing market and the growing demand, I feel like them numbers there will obviously be a lot higher than what we're actually estimating. And when we're looking at the competition around the area as well, in the triad area, there isn't a lot of one-to-one coaches, and with the growing interest in the sport of soccer in America, I think a lot of people will be interested in coming about and improving their skills, because obviously to bridge the gap between college and high school, for example, it's a massive jump for a lot of the young kids. So I feel like with my business idea, it's got a great chance of being successful. With there being a gap in the market, I think it's got a great chance to be successful. Thank you.